Hi, hello and welcome to the storytelling series of Ponniyin Selvan. On hearing Iduman's and Soman's conversation, the Alvar proceeds to the enemy memorial to sneak in and find out as to what these two were up to. Now, what is this enemy memorial? In the ancient times, it was the practice of the Tamils to erect a hero stone or to build a memorial in remembrance of a great warrior who had died in the battlefield. If a god was consecrated on the memorial, the place came to be known as a Pallipadai or the temple shrine or memorial. This enemy memorial mentioned in the epic was built in memory of a great warrior, the Ganga king Prithvipati, who had died in a battle here. The Battle of Thirupurambiyam had a significant mark in South Indian history. Now, there was the existence of four armies: the Pallavas, the Gangas, the Cholas and the Pandyas. The early Chola kings of the Sangam age ruled with great fame and prosperity. But 600 years later, the Cholas were crushed by the Pallavas from the north and the Pandyas from the south. The Cholas were forced to give up their capital Urayur to the Pandyas and head east, where they made Palayarai their capital. The Pallava monarch was Aparajita and the Pandya king was Varaguna. The enmity between the Pallavas and the Pandyas led to many fights, and this always occurred in the Chola territories. However, Vijayala Chola, a brave Chola warrior, used these wars to gain supremacy. He would either join the Pallava or the Pandya forces. The Ganga king Prithvipati and Vijayala Chola's son Aditya Chola supported Pallava Aparajita. So, it was the Pallavas, the Gangas and the Cholas against the Pandyas. Aditya Chola knew that if the Pallava forces were victorious this time, the Chola entity would be completely wiped out. The battle began. Elephants clashed against elephants. Horses flew against horses. Chariots raced and dashed against each other. The noise of arrows and swords filled the skies. After a fierce conflict of 3 days, the field looked like a sea of blood. A very small portion of the Pallava forces were alive, and those who were alive were really tired to fight. But the Pandya forces attacked again and again with full vigor. A council of war was held in Aparajita's tent. The three kings, Aparajita, Prithvipati and Aditya, together met to discuss further action. They decided that they would not oppose the enemy and retreat from the war. At this point, a miracle had occurred. Aditya Chola's father, Vijayala Chola, who was very old in age and who had also lost his legs, had managed to enter the battlefield. He realized that if the Pallava forces withdrew, the Chola forces would be completely destroyed. The fire in him instilled everyone in the tent. Vijayala Chola managed to gather the rest of the warriors and entered the battlefield. Vijayala Chola, as if possessed by a spirit, managed to wipe out a majority of the Pandyan army single-handedly. It was in this battle that the Ganga king Prithvipati had died a brave death. It was in memory of him that they built a hero stone. Now one must understand that this war took place years before the date of the story. This memorial was now a complete barren land. Our Nambi had now reached the memorial way past midnight. The gargoyles on the walls of the memorial indeed scared the Nambi. However, this brave Vaishnava jumped and climbed onto the roof of the memorial. He hid himself carefully amidst a tree that covered the roof. "Ah, I can see some light. 2 men!" They entered the memorial and stepped into a clearing. One fellow sat down. After some time, 2 others came in and joined the spot. They started talking among themselves. "Damn! I can't hear a single word. What shall I do?" One of the men who had a cloth in his hand opened it, and out fell gold coins. "Friends, we are about to destroy the Chola kingdom using Chola gold." "Ravidasa, keep it down." The Alvar started getting restless. He wanted to get down and go near the clearing so that he could hear them.